It's Week 17 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on Jared Goff. He's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Lions and the Patriots, and it's all up next.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time. And he got his respect, NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. Hey, look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. They'll go again with Gibbs. And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Here's Jack Fox on to punt. Jabril Peppers deep to receive. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Patriots take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Second down and 6 now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Caught left side, Williams. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Lions offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And with just 2 weeks left in the regular season, you can see he leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Here's Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. In motion goes the tight end. Goff now looking to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Goff now looks to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
They go play action here on first down.
That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin.
And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big play there for New England. 44 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Williams again. And this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line.
Yep. And now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. The tight end Henry here in motion. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Back to throw, Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs.
Now he's free at the 35. He may go.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
With his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Well, now how about this return?
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. And see, you look at this defense, you know, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
As they've got it as we resume action.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And this will wind up the Lions' first down as good running gets them to about the 44. The Lions at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it.
15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down.
He may go back to the huddle and have a little discussion with his passer. You know, maybe you don't have to leave me quite that much. But on that play, bailed him out in a big way, didn't he?
He did indeed. Hey, at least he gets to put it on the highlight reel. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Finding more on the out route for the completion.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Back to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moved
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Kirby Joseph.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. In motion, the tight end. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Nightmare on 3rd and goal. He sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So the 3rd drive's the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The home team's offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Goff. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Pats offense and veteran Chris Godwin getting set for this next drive. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got the connection to Moore. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Gone.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Goff. And his throw here's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. A shotgun snap for Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and 1. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
That is caught. And he will have a Patriots 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this 1st half of play. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And it's the Bills with the lead in the 2nd quarter. The Bills locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Stephon Diggs, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Joe Burrow leading the way as his guys pick up win number 14 on the year. In the 1st half, it was the Alabama man, Jahmyr Gibbs, who had it cooking. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back. We were certainly treated to an entertaining 1st half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. They'll look to throw again. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
To throw is Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10.
The Patriots offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. That pass complete to Moore.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. DJ Moore, 48 yards.
And the Patriots are back within a score.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And that's caught at the 2. And he's not going to get in as a try for 2 comes up empty. So they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Open man right side is St. Brown.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, Goff.
That's to the tight end, Laporta.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Goff.
Over the middle and taken in by Laporta.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
In motion left goes a tight end. Goff now looking to throw.
That's complete to Laporta. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. They'll run with Gibbs.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. His big game continues. 10 catches now, and another 1st down. In motion goes the tight end. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard.
They'll drop to throw. Touchdown! From 3 yards out.
And the Patriots have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too. Because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards for the Lions there and a 1st down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
From the gun, here's Goff. It's Williams on the catch. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Quick toss by Goff is complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And off to Gibbs, headed right here. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. The Lions on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Another run for Gibbs here. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Now it's gone. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. The Patriots offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Pats at the line ready to go. And at this stage, in the 4th, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. A give to Williams, running right. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Off the RPO, he completes it. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Screen play set up for Williams. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Lions offense set to take over. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back to throw, Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. In motion, the tight end.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still third down.
Delay of game penalty. Ships them back 5 yards. Makes it 3rd and 10. Goff. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Pats are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
So the Patriots now down by 5, 2:23 to play. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Now 2nd and 4.
He'll look to throw. Open man here, the tight end Henry. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Here's 1st down.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions have just about sewn up this football game.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory.
And they will take a knee here. Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Detroit,
they moved to 9-7 on the year with 1 game remaining.
so that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.